Hey everyone, and welcome back to this channel, Financial Wealth Community. I'm Jackie Stewart, your host on this channel. Now we have arrived at the fourth one in our series of Black history, celebrities, entrepreneurs, their financial success journey. So what I want you to do today is imagine a king so wealthy that his pilgrimage caused a global economic crisis. This today is the story of Mansa Musa, the 14th century ruler of the Mali Empire. So Mansa Musa belonged to the Keita dynasty, which traced its origins back to Sundiata Keita, the founder of the Mali Empire. Now, the Keita dynasty was highly regarded in West African history, and Musa's rise to power maintained the lineage continuity of the Mansa Musa's reign from 1312 to 1337. Now, this was a golden age for Mali in West Africa. The empire was rich in gold, salt, and other resources. Mansa Musa achieved immense financial success through a combination of natural resources, strategic control, and trade routes, and strong governance of his empire. So let's look at some key factors that contributed to his extraordinary wealth. Now, his control of the vast gold resources was one of them. Mansa Musa ruled over the Mali Empire, which at the time held some of the world's largest and richest gold mines. Mali's gold accounted for nearly half of the world's gold production during his reign as the emperor. Now, Musa had complete control over these resources, which contributed to his vast fortune. The gold from Mali was highly valued across Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. Business tip: a market leader in trade. That's what he was, a market leader. So in addition to the gold, the Mali Empire was rich in salt, another highly valuable resource in the medieval world. Salt was essential for preserving food, and Mali's salt mines, particularly in Gaza, were highly profitable. Now, this was because he controlled the trade routes. Very clever. Mansa Musa's empire sat on the crossroad of trans-Saharan trade routes, which linked West Africa to North Africa and the Mediterranean world. Now, these routes were used to trade gold, salt, and other valuable goods, and Mali became a central hub for commerce. Mansa Musa profited from trade tariffs and taxes, further increasing his empire's wealth. Now, the city of Timbuktu, which I used to think was fictional, a bit like Wakanda when I was growing up, until I realised it was actually a real place. Timbuktu, which he developed, became a major trade and cultural centre. Another business tip: where and how you position yourself can contribute to your business success. His strong political and economical governance had also contributed to his wealth. So Mansa Musa was a skilled administrator, and he established a strong political structure in the Mali Empire. His leadership focused primarily on stability and prosperity, enabling the economy to thrive. Another business tip: your role as a leader can bring disruption or stability. And remember, if you're running a business, if you've got staff or whoever it is that you're over, and not even if you're just running a business, you could be a leader in your home, whatever it is, whatever type of leadership role you have, remember that you as a leader can bring disruption or you can build stability. So in 1324, Mansa Musa embarked on a pilgrimage to Mecca. He brought a massive entourage of approximately 60,000 people. Now, around 10,000, each of them was carrying 4 pounds of gold dust. Now, this extravagant display of wealth caused a sensation in Cairo and other cities along the route. The sheer quantity of gold that Mansa Musa brought to Cairo caused a temporary devaluation of the currency. It's actually estimated that this pilgrimage increased the price of gold in Egypt by 20%. So this act, it showcased his immense wealth to the wider Islamic world and beyond. And what that did was it increased Mali's global reputation. It also helped to establish trade connections and alliances with powerful regions across North Africa and the Middle East. He also invested heavily in education and infrastructure. He founded the Sankore University in Timbuktu. He also built mosques and libraries, and these investments helped Mali to become a focal point for education, attracting even more traders and scholars, which further boosted the empire's wealth and influence. As you know, when I like to talk about these people who attained financial success, I try to also bring balance to the conversation. It's not always an upward journey to financial success. Lots of things can come along the way that can throw you off. So one of the most well-documented negative effects of his wealth was the severe inflation caused by his lavish spending during his pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324. What happened was, as he passed through cities such as Cairo, Medina and Mecca, he gave out enormous amounts of gold to the local populations, particularly to the poor, but also to merchants, dignitaries and rulers. Now, while this act of generosity was admired, it caused massive inflation in these regions. Imagine the sudden influx of gold coming into the region. What it did, it was devalued the local currencies, and it led to price hikes as the local economy struggled to absorb such a large amount of gold. So Mansa Musa's generosity, while praised for his charitable intentions, it may have placed financial strain on Mali's resources. Because during his pilgrimage, the amount of gold he gave away, it was enormous. And while Mali was a rich empire, even vast reserves of wealth can be depleted with unrestrained spending. Here's another tip for you. So even if you have a lot of savings, you've got a lot of money in the bank account, right? If you don't keep an eye on what you're spending, or as in this case, giving away, because a lot of us love to give, we love to help others. And I know people who love to do that even when they don't have anything for themselves, but they just love to give. But what can happen is if you don't keep an eye on that, if you don't manage it, your savings can become depleted. So even with the best of intentions, his wealth was so substantial that it could handle such outflows. But this level of generosity over extended periods, it could have contributed to the slow depletion of Mali's economic reserves. So after Mansa Musa's death in 1337, the Mali Empire eventually went into decline. Although this took several decades to happen, but one of the reasons for this decline was the weakening control over the key trade routes, as other easily accessible gold mines were coming up all over Africa. So he was no longer becoming, or Mali rather was no longer becoming the market leader in trading gold or having gold mines. Others were now coming up all over Africa. So Mansa Musa's reign was a testament to the wealth and power of the Mali Empire. His pilgrimage to Mecca remains one of the most legendary stories in African history. His legacy continues to inspire and amaze today. While Mansa Musa's wealth was extraordinary, his actions had mixed economic legacy, showing that even the most well-intended generosity can have unintended consequences. This ends the current series. I have enjoyed doing this series, and remember, Black History is not just for 1 month, so look out for some more of my videos showcasing historians who have had a financial successful journey. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please remember to hit the subscribe and the notification bell, and share. Let's share our history. Let's remember these people and keep their legacy alive. See you on the next one.